And we are back in a surprising fashion. We did make the playoffs, and we will be playing the Texans in the wild card round. With our surprising year, we of course had a standout player in Joe Flacco with almost 4,000 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. That was a surprise year from him. If he wasn't playing so good, we would not be where we were, obviously. Philip Lindsay, of course, also had over 1,000 yards. Deshaun Hamilton, he had 78 catches for 1,090 yards. He was our breakout player of the year. If I could call out one player, it would be him. Noah Fant also had a great rookie year as a tight end. He had 44 receptions, 467 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Defensively, Josie Jewell had 147 tackles, and Von Miller had 104. That's combined tackles, of course, but still, that is a lot. But for sacks, we had Von Miller with 19. But other than that, 3.5 from Bradley Chubb, 2.5 from Todd Davis. Not very good. All single-digit numbers. We had a good season. Looking forward to see what we can do in this playoff game. And Vic Fangio's having a great year as his first head coaching gig is almost to an end in his rookie season. We are going to go ahead and watch this Texans game, however, and we will get into this game. We are both evenly matched at 76 overall, so let's get into it and see what happens. And we are here in the first game of the Broncos playoffs. In this unexpected season, we did make the playoffs, and we get a first down on the first play of the playoffs. 2nd and 10 now for Joe Flacco at the 41-yard line. And he'll take it under the center and pass it off. No play action. Passes it deep, and it's caught by Deshaun Hamilton all the way to the 20. That'll give him a first down. And looks like the Chargers won that game versus Cincinnati, so they'll be moving on to the next round. And we'll get 4 yards on that first down first down rush. Rather, 2nd and 6 now. That was a close game, 17-14 for the Chargers. And get a few more on 2nd down. Philip Lindsay has 8 already in this first drive. 3rd and 2. Take it under the gun once again. And it's going to be a 3rd rush in a row. And he doesn't get any, fumbles it as well. And Jadeveon Clowney down the sideline. Oh no, no one's going to catch him. He's going to get a touchdown. Jadeveon Clowney takes it all the way for a touchdown. Try this again, Joe Flacco. And Mr. Philip Lindsay. Philip Lindsay looks to be out of the game. Like Vic Fangio took him out after that. And it's a quick screen to Cortland Sutton. Flacco out of the gun this time. Still no Philip Lindsay. Devontae Booker in here now. And he gets 1. That'll be a 2nd and 9. Joe Flacco once again. The power run formation. You got a receiver coming in. Gonna be a pass this time. Like nothing's really open, but they're gonna throw it up to Noah Fant, and he doesn't catch it. He's 3 of 5 so far for 63 yards. But we have no points to show for that as we fumbled within the 10-yard line on the last drive. Philip Lindsay's back in the game finally, though. And Noah Fant gets a first down. That was a good catch from Noah Fant. Good throw from Joe Flacco. Good things to see in this first playoff game versus the Texans. Philip Lindsay's going to get the ball back, and he's making up for that fumble. Gets 11 yards to the 34. That was a 4-yard run, bringing us to 2nd and 6. With 6 minutes left in this first quarter. Going to be a run, and Booker goes nowhere, loses 2. 3rd and 7. It's going to be a screen, and he just has to throw. Okay. We're going to have to go for a field goal attempt. That is disappointing. We should have at least a field goal already up on the board, but That is unfortunate. 4th and 12 though. 53-yard field goal is good. There wasn't offsides on that. That's why it was a 50-yarder instead. Deshaun Watson, his first play, gets 18. Deshaun Watson's rushing now. They'll have a 3rd and 7, and they don't get it. Broncos with the ball back at the 6. Hope Lindsay gets 6. No Fant for 17. No Fant's having a few catches already. No Fant with a 3rd catch. 14. And 2nd and 12. Philip Lindsay for 4. 3rd down now. Emmanuel Sanders for 14. Emmanuel Sanders gets another 6. Philip Lindsay 27 to the 8. And we get a touchdown to Sean Hamilton. We're up 3 now. And that'll bring us to the 2nd quarter with the 3rd and 6 for the Texans, and they get it. 3rd down, and they get a 52-yard touchdown. Kiki Kuti for 52 yards. And that'll give them a 4-point lead. 1-score game. Hope Lindsay goes back for 3rd down, and they don't get it. 56-yard punt. Go ahead and watch this Texans drive. See what Deshaun Watson can do. He has the star rating as well. Passing to the superstar X Factor Hopkins. And he gets it to Hopkins, and that'll bring him to the 38. Good pass and good catch from Watson and Hopkins. That is a combo we will be seeing for years to come in this franchise. I'm sure of it. Von Miller is receiving, and it's dropped, and it's caught by Von Miller. He picked it off the hands of the tight end. Bounces off to the receivers, and Von Miller gets an interception. After the interception by Von Miller, Broncos have the ball back. They're at the 41 now, and they're going to give it right back to the Texans. Didn't even have it for a minute. 3rd and 6, and the Broncos will get it back. They didn't even have it for a minute either. Quick plays by both teams. Another quick drive, and the Texans will have it back at the 2. Good punt. Lamar Miller getting them out of the end zone. They're at the 21 now after a good few runs. Houston's driving. They're at the 30 already. And they have a 4th down. They're going to have to punt it away. Matt Darr for a 38-yard punt. Royce Freeman gets 4. Noah Fant with another catch for 8. Deshaun Hamilton gets a 4-yard loss run. Philip Lindsay for 13. 3rd down now. Royce Freeman for 2. What else can we get out of this drive? 23 yards from Emmanuel Sanders. That's 11 now. We are close to the end zone. 10-yard penalty, though. 5-yard penalty on the defense. So that'll bring up a 3rd and goal. And they do not get it. All right, Bradley Chubb gets a sack. That is the first sack from him in the postseason. 20 seconds left to go in this quarter. The whole half, actually. And they get nothing, so that'll bring us to the 3rd quarter. DeMarcus Walker gets a sack on Watson. And they have to punt it away to the Broncos. Only down 1 point now. No Fant gets 10. Emmanuel Sanders gets 10 as well. J.J. Watt gets a sack. 3rd and 3, and that wasn't enough. They had to punt it away. Texans now with the ball. Hopkins with another catch. Will Fuller for 18. We're at the 48 now. Will Fuller again for 10. Von Miller gets a sack, however. 2nd and 14 now. Bring up a 3rd down, and they get Will Fuller again for 16. They're all the way to the 12. 2nd and 9. Get 2. 3rd and 7. They get a touchdown. And it's a 8-point game now. With 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Joe Flacco gets a 1st down. What can we get? We really need to get something soon. Deshaun Hamilton for 17. They're past midfield. They are almost at field goal range. They get a 1st down. They are in field goal range. What can we get here? Joe Flacco. Few passes to Deshaun Hamilton. 1st and goal. We're at the 8 now. And they get a touchdown. They have to go for 2. They get it. Tied game with 8 minutes left. See what Watson can do now. See what Watson can do. He drops back, and it's intercepted. The two passes we've seen are both interceptions. That one was Callahan. That was Eric Berry, sorry. That was a great pick by Eric Berry. That'll give it to us at the 17. Let's go ahead and watch Joe Flacco here at the 17-yard line. Great field position. Eric Berry with a great interception. We've only watched Watson's 2 drives, and they've gotten interceptions on both. Daniel Sanders gets a good catch. What can we get a touchdown? It's going to be another pass. Phil Lindsay's going to get it, and he gets stopped. He gets -2 yards. That'll bring it to the 5 now. 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal from the 5. Green Bay is ahead of Rams right now, 21-9 from the NFC side. Flacco stepping up. He has all the time, and he just gets sacked. Not anything available. We're going to have to go for a field goal now. Let's see if Brandon McManus can punch it in, and it's good. 24-21 now. 7 minutes left. Watson throws it away. Watson gets 13 to Hopkins. Driving now. They are all the way to the 21 in field goal position. 1st and goal, 6 yards. 2nd and goal, they get a touchdown. They're up 4 now. Right back at you, Broncos, is what Watson had to say about that. Broncos are back at it. J.J. Watt with another sack. 3rd and 8. Bradley Roby, the former Bronco, gets in on that. Getting it back to the Texans. 3rd down. Fumble recover for Chris Harris for 47 yards. Broncos have the ball back. 3:50 left. They have it at the 25. Only 25 yards to go for a touchdown. Joe Flacco passes it deep to Noah Fant for the touchdown. How did he catch that? There he is, Noah Fant, the rookie, with his big play in the postseason, catching it right over the linebacker, hanging on to it, rolling in for the touchdown. And we'll take a 3-point lead, 31-28. This is a good playoff game. Sean Watson, and they're going to have a 3rd down, and they get it. Sack Von Miller, 2nd and 15. Chris Harris knocks it away. They throw it away. Broncos have the ball back. See what they can do here. There's a 7-yard return on the punt by Muhammad. They'll have it at the 29 now. Philip Lindsay gets slammed behind the line of scrimmage. Bringing it to the 26, 4-yard loss. 2nd and 14 now. Joe Flacco is just not run down the clock. They could just let it go to the 2-minute warning here. This is Madden CPU, I doubt it. Yep. Play action at least. They throw it away. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning in this wild card game at NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. Will bring us to a 3rd and 14 at the 26. Quick screen to Emmanuel Sanders. He holds on to it. Gets a yard and gets down. So we're going to punt it away to the Houston Texans. Check out how good this punt is. Wadman, get it. Get all of it. And he kicks it to the 25. Good punt by Wadman. And the Texans will have it. Texans have it back. Almost in 20 yards, so field goal range. Can they get it? 3rd down. They get the 4th, and they get that. They get sacked, though. We did win. We took the win. 31-28. We took the win. And Joe Flacco had a great game. 334 for 3 touchdowns. No picks. No Fant had 88 yards. Deshaun Hamilton had 87. Both had a touchdown. Sacks. Von Miller had 2, as we expected, and he also had an interception. Eric Berry had the other interception that we watched as well. Bradley Chubb gets a upgrade point from that. He'll get speed rusher, 81 overall now. Acceleration, finesse moves, and zone go up. Von Miller gets defensive player of the week, and Joe Flacco with AFC offensive player of the week. And we'll be playing the Browns in the divisional round. We also have players to upgrade. Javont Jones. Speed rusher. Sure, 70 overall now. He gets finesse moves up to a 74. And we are here with the Browns and the Broncos for a divisional round matchup. Let's get into the first drive with the Browns. We got Baker Mayfield under center. And Odell and Jarvis Landry both out wide. And that's incomplete. Chris Harris breaks it up. Odell couldn't come up with it. That should be a good matchup all game. One of the best receivers versus arguably the best cornerback. Let's check that out. Kareem Hunt gets the ball, however, and Josie Jewell shuts that down. They get -2 yards on that play. Bring them to the 23 now. 3rd and 12. Where they'll be at. Also, it's Los Angeles and New England playing in the other divisional game. And Chubb comes out of the back and gets a sack. The Broncos have the ball back already. Or get the ball for the first time, rather. Denver has the ball now. 2nd and 5 after a 5-yard rush by Philip Lindsay. And Noah Fant is coming with a motion. They'll give it to him again. Philip Lindsay to the outside, and he gets a first down. As for NFC, there's Green Bay and New Orleans playing. Deshaun Hamilton with a good gain. 1 yard away from the first down marker. But Green Bay and New Orleans will be playing today, and I don't know who the other teams are. Carolina and Chicago, it looks like. We'll keep an update on that, and Jeff Hireman gets the first down. 1st and 10, play action. Joe Flacco gets hit, but Noah Fant comes up with the pass, breaks the tackle, gets a few yards. It's 3 maybe. He got 2, so it's a 2nd and 8. Joe Flacco stepping back again and gets it to Emmanuel Sanders and gets a solid gain. That should bring up a 3rd and 1 at the 36, so they're close to field goal range. That would be a long one right now, but I'm sure they would go for that. But no need. Noah Fant grabs it and gets face masked, so they're going to be in the goal line now. 1st and goal, it looks like, at the 9. They only have 9 yards to go to get their first score this game. If they can get a touchdown, it would be a good start. Better than what they had all of their normal season games versus the Browns. Joe Flacco's 5 of 5 already. He's playing really good this game versus the Browns here. They're gonna fake it again, but he gets sacked. 3rd and goal from 13. Gonna be a long goal line situation. 13 yards. They're gonna get a screen off, and he misses it completely. That's his first incompletion of the day. However, they will have to kick a field goal. And let's simulate this next, and it's good. So it's 3-0 now. Cleveland with the ball back. Jarvis Landry gets 5. Kareem Hunt for 16-yard pass. Callaway gets 9. Odell gets in on the action with his first catch, 10 yards. And they are already to the 25. They are driving now. First down again at the 15. 2nd and 1, and they get a touchdown. Odell Beckham for a 5-yard touchdown. Now they're up 3-7, entering the 2nd quarter. Back with the Broncos and Chicago and Carolina game is going, and Chicago's up 14-0 versus the Panthers there. Philip Lindsay takes this outside, breaks the tackle, gets a first down, gets about 20 before he's stopped at the 44-yard line. 4 rushes for 35 yards. Good game from Philip Lindsay so far, as well as Joe Flacco. See what they can do on this drive. They're already at the 44. And they give it to Butt, who gets it almost to midfield. Another motion. The tricky play ends up being just a run. Philip Lindsay loses a yard on that. Look at a 3rd and 6 now. You gotta keep driving on these Browns. They're too high powered on offense this year. And Noah Fant can't get there. He'll be 2 yards shy, and we're gonna have to punt the ball. That's 4 yards shy. Jeez. Punt it off to Cleveland, and Baker Mayfield throws it away. They get a 2-yard rush on 3rd and 8, and they get it for 22 yards on that 3rd down. They get another first down past midfield again. Oh, they were at the 20. And 7. At the 13 now, and they get another first down. 5 yards to Jarvis Landry, 2nd and 5, and they get a touchdown. 14-3 now, Browns. We need Joe Flacco to come up here. He runs it for 2, gets sacked by Myles Garrett. And they get the first down, though. No Fant for 8. Emmanuel Sanders for 20. Okay, they're in field goal position. Emmanuel Sanders gets another 9. I really want to see if regression possibly lowers Emmanuel Sanders' tag. Because his overall is going to be lower, and we did get a field goal there. But his contract should also go lower with his overall lowering as well. So we'll check that out once the season's over, of course. But he's been playing really good in these clutch games, and I want to keep him around if we could. But if he's too expensive, I will not force it. And they got a 3 before halftime. So we're back in the 3rd quarter, and they get a huge gain on the first play to Philip Lindsay. They do have a 3rd and 11, and they can't get it. He'll be starting at the 20 after a touchback. Baker Mayfield passes it out. Jarvis Landry gets it, breaks the tackle, but still does not gain any yardage there. 2nd and 10. Von Miller, could you get any pressure? Looks like not, and they got a huge gain. Callaway got 187 yards now. Baker Mayfield stepping back again after a first down. Passes it short, and there's a fumble. Bradley Chubb knocked it away, and Chris Harris got it. They're at the midfield marker now. What can Joe Flacco do now? After the Chris Harris fumble recovery, Bradley Chubb forced that, however. Jake Butt gets it over the midfield marker at the 45 now. Flacco has 135 yards right now. Starting of the 3rd quarter. His completion percentage is really good this game. I know it hasn't been the best this whole season, but he's showing up in the playoffs, and that's important for sure. Oh, he can't get it. It'll be 3rd and 2 now. Are they going to try to pound it with Philip Lindsay or do a play action? Short pass of some sort. Looks like they're going to run it, and Lindsay got it. He gets 3, and they needed 2. First down. Philip Lindsay, he's averaging 4.5 a carry so far in this game. Looks like there's an offsides of some sort. Looks like Garrett Bowles maybe. 24-0 now. Chicago's beating Carolina. We noticed that. Tariq Cohen going off in that game. Philip Lindsay gets the yards back off that offsides. Now they have a 2nd and 10 right where they started in the first place. And it's a draw to Philip Lindsay, and he gets a good gain up to the 34, 6-yard gain. 3rd and 3, they are basically in field goal range. If they could get a few more yards, that would help. Just don't take a sack, and they get a first down instead. Emmanuel Sanders once again. What I like about him is he just has reliable hands. He's always... I never see drops from him. Not even once this whole year. Cortland Sutton catches it, but he gets -1 yard. Sutton only has 2 receptions this game, while Emmanuel's at like 5 for 60 yards or something of that nature. Play action. Throwing it deep. Emmanuel Sanders once again. Now he's at 6 receptions for 73 yards. That's a good game from him. Deshaun Hamilton's been pretty quiet this game. See if he gets any action here. Play action and 1st and goal, and they pass it, and did they catch it? It was off his head. Cortland Sutton, I guess, grabbed it. Check out the replay. Is there a replay in this? Yes, and it bounces off his head. Cortland Sutton grabs it. I don't know if his toes were in. They're probably going to check that. Let's check out if that stands or not. Booth review. Does not look like... Did he have his feet in? He did, it looks like. Who knows, though, because the lines in this game are messed up. Like, the white doesn't match up with actually out of bounds, which is goofy, but is how it is. Looks like it is. Yeah, they're going for 2. It did stand. Good catch by Cortland Sutton. Showing up. And he gets another catch in the back of the end zone for the 2-point conversion. There you go, Cortland Sutton. See what the Browns are going to do. We're only down 3 now, so if we can get the ball back without letting them score, and we do, they have to punt it away. Let's see what the Broncos can do. Daniel Sanders gets 9. He's almost at 100 now. Daniel Sanders for another 13. That definitely put him over 100. They're in field goal range. They got it. 17-17 in the third quarter. This is such a weird season. Oh no, that's a huge penalty. They're at the 30. 3rd and 1. They got it. They're at the 16 now. That's the start of the fourth quarter as well. Interception, Chris Harris Jr. Go watch what Joe Flacco's going to do. He's starting at the 9. Cleveland has 2 turnovers, and Joe Flacco is keeping it clean with 0. 0 interceptions so far. 0 fumbles as well. Daniel Sanders again. First down. Joe Flacco's at 210 total, so over half is at Emmanuel Sanders. But everyone's showing up. Cortland Sutton had some good catches. Deshaun Hamilton catches it off the helmet of the Cleveland Browns players. 3rd and 5 now. No fan has 5 catches. Solid production from him. Deshaun Hamilton, he looks like he got face masked down. Another update on the NFC game. 38-0 now. Looks like Chicago will be going to the championship game. Vic Fangio, he is having one heck of a first year as the NFL coach. He was waiting a while to get his shot, but he got it now, and that's an incomplete pass as well. They're at the 47. They just need about 20 yards for a field goal. They're going to run it, and Philip Lindsay breaks out the side, and that looks like he got a first down. And he did. Joe Flacco on first, another bubble route. Deshaun Hamilton taken down by the helmet once again. They're really going for his neck this game. That'll give us 15 more yards though, so can't complain there. I would be really surprised if we can actually pull this off here. Joe Flacco's making some miracles happen. At the 18 now, Noah Fant spins out of 1, gets to the 13. 2nd and 5. 2nd and 6, actually. 17 seconds on the play clock. Philip Lindsay gets the call and gets up to the 9. 3rd and 1. We have a big determining factor on the game, and Hireman gets it. That'll be 1st and goal at the 3. Can we punch it in? We are 3 yards away from taking a 7-point lead in the fourth quarter. And Joe Flacco's roaming, but he gets sacked down by number 65 on the Browns. They have 4 sacks, and we only have 1 this game. That 1 sack, however, was a strip sack, I believe. Trying to get a screen off, and he overthrows it off his back foot. That was a weird throw. 3rd and goal now, though. They need to get 10. And it's almost intercepted. It was not, however. 4th and goal at the 10 now. And it is good. We are up 3 points. See what the Browns will do here. Baker Mayfield in his first or second playoff game, I guess this would be. No, it would be first. They'd have the first seed this year. This is his first playoff game, first clutch moment, and Justin Simmons gets a face mask call on him. They'll be at the 46 now after that face mask. 46-yard line, almost midfield with 5:30 left. And Chubb couldn't get there, but it's intercepted. Callahan, he gets around the corner. Can he take it? And Kareem Hunt takes him out at the 5-yard line. Bryce Callahan. Huge play by Bryce Callahan. Interception. That's their 3rd turnover now. He's going to hand it to Philip Lindsay, but he can't get it. But he fumbled it. And they're taking it right back. And they'll have it at the 6. Oh my goodness, this season just gets wilder and wilder, but it's going to be our booth review. Was his knee down? I feel like his whole body was down, but I don't. Looks like he was laying down, honestly. I think that's going to be overturned. We're going to get the ball back. They're going to give it right back to him. They will give it right back to him. He spins out of 1, gets to the 1 yard line. 3rd and goal at the 1. This could make it a 2-score game. Just with a solid run here, and he gets it for the touchdown. See what the Browns can do. They get a penalty. 2nd and 1. They are driving once again, but DeMarcus Walker gets a sack. But Njoku fires right back for 19. They have 3 minutes. Bradley Chubb with a sack. Odell gets those yards back. It's a 1st down. Bradley Chubb gets another sack. They have a 4th down. They get a field goal, so they're only down 7. So if they can stop the Broncos, they can tie the game back up. If they get a 1st down here, it's over. And they do get a 1st down. It might be over here. And it is. We will be going to the championship game in our first year with the Broncos. The 70s, mid-70s team, expected to go bottom of the league, get one of the first draft picks, is going to the championship game to play either the Patriots or the Chargers. Bradley Chubb ended up with like 3 sacks that game, and we have many upgrades to do. Josie Jewell is the first of which will get field general. DeMarcus Walker will get speed rusher. He had a good sack at the end of the game there. Clutch sack on Baker Mayfield. Justin Hollins will also get speed rusher. All of our linebackers should be speed rushers or power rushers at this point with our 3-4 scheme. Punter, we want power out of him. Wadman gets nothing. He gets accuracy, not power. His accuracy is now 62 and his kickback is 91. We are here with the Chargers in the championship game at the Chargers Stadium, which still is just a little box, really. There's no scenery behind the stadium, which is kind of funny as well. But we will be playing this, so let's get it going. And Melvin Gordon busts open for a 1st down. They get 2 first downs already. Past midfield already. Penalty on the defense. They're at the 40-yard line. No, 17-yard line. Keenan Allen gets a huge gain. 1st down once again, and they got a touchdown. 7-0 already, LA. What can Denver do now? They get a 3 and out, so the Chargers will have the ball again. They are a deadly team this year. Not like unexpected, but it's surprising that they made it all the way to the championship game. They do have the star running back in Melvin Gordon and just the old vet whom has been good this whole season and his whole career, really, Phillip Rivers. Already got a 1st down on this drive at the 39. And Von Miller gets trucked over by Melvin Gordon. They got a 2nd down and 9 here. You got to get some sort of stop. Melvin Gordon just breaks tackles. That must be his X factor. Has to be his X factor, really. The way he's breaking tackles on the 1st attempt on Von Miller, even pretty insane. It's a deep pass, and it's incomplete. That was all the way to the end zone. That was his 1st incompletion as well. But that'll bring up a 4th down. And they will have to kick a field goal. 56-yarder, and it's good. 10-0 now. Broncos have the ball back. We'll see what Joe Flacco can do this drive. They are already at a 3rd and 11, but they get it. Emmanuel Sanders. Mr. Trusty Hands. What I would like to call him. Deshaun Hamilton gets in on the action. Noah Fant as well. They're already at the 23. Dropped by Noah Fant, and 4th down. They do kick a field goal. It's only a 1-score game now going into the 2nd quarter. Who are coming out hot out of the gates. They're at the 16 again. This is a high-scoring offense. I don't know if we beat them this year. I think we did beat them one of the 2 games, but this game, they are on fire. 17-3 now. Let's check in on the Broncos offense. See what is going on here. Yeah, and they get a few yards. Emmanuel Sanders on first down. Joe Flacco on 2nd and 6. We have 6 minutes left in the quarter, and that is batted down at the line of scrimmage. He's 4 of 8, only 52 yards so far versus this stout defense. And they throw it and catch it. Emmanuel Sanders. That is a trusty hand man right there. Emmanuel is getting old, but I do like him for what he's done in Denver and what he could continue to do. He's a clutch receiver. He'll always have good hands, so we can always look at re-signing him. We'll see how his regression hits him. If it's too hard, then I don't know what we'll do with him. Probably just let him walk. Play action once again, and it's a first down to Courtland Sutton. But we also do have a lot of young receivers that I'm excited about, such as Courtland Sutton and Deshaun Hamilton. It was really a direct replacement of Emmanuel Sanders, but he's just not quite at a skill level yet. And speaking of the man himself, Deshaun Hamilton gets a big gain to the 23. 1st and 10 now with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Down 2 touchdowns. No Fant gets a good catch, and that's all the way to the 16. And it looks like he's coming around the edge, and that is Bosa coming in hot around the edge, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 9 after a good sack. Bringing us back to the 22-yard line. 4:30 after this play. They get a few. It looks like they're going to have to do another field goal and be down 8 points. That's, of course, if they make it, which they do. 6-17 now. Chargers with the ball. 7-yard rush by Phillip Rivers. They have a 3rd down, and they go backwards, so the Broncos will get the ball back. No, yes, they do. They did have a penalty, though, so they are at... they missed it. So... at the punt it right back. Keenan Allen gets 21. 2 minutes left. They are at the 8. 2nd and 4. 6 yards. 1st and goal. They get a touchdown. 24-6. 1:30 left in the half here. They need to score. They can't be running the ball like this. Sack Joey Bosa. That's a 2nd. I guess we'll go into the 3rd quarter. No, 73-yard rush by Melvin Gordon to end the half. We're down 31-6. What happened? This game is where it all went wrong. The Chargers are too high-powered. It's going to be hard to dig out of this when the Chargers are still driving with Melvin Gordon, taking time off the clock, still running. They are just running us over. That is our defensive line talking. Von Miller, 15-yard penalty. They're at the 15 now. And 3rd and 6. They do get stopped. So 34-6 is the outcome of that drive. We don't even have any turnovers. They're just scoring every single possession, is what I think is the problem. Because I haven't seen any just interceptions or anything, I don't, as long as I remember, but Philip Lindsay's now doing it right back. 21 yards for Emmanuel Sanders, but that's going to bring us to the 4th quarter down over 18. That's a big pill to swallow. We do get a touchdown, however. Von Miller does get a fumble recovery, though. But the Broncos have the ball back at midfield. We have a 3rd and 8. They get 19. Only have 7 minutes left. At the 15-yard line. 2nd and 7. 6 yards. 3rd and 1. They get sacked. They go for it. Yes, they did, but they did not get it. That might have been our last hope there. Chargers now just have to run down the clock. Only 4 minutes left. Down 3 scores. This looks like the end of our season versus the Chargers, who will shatter the hopes of this crazy season that we've had. No interceptions from Joe Flacco, though. So really, just possession is what lost us this game. Joe Flacco stepping back. Deep throw. Emmanuel Sanders catches it. We can at least have hope. 3 scores in 2 minutes. If anyone can do it, it's Joe Flacco. Let's see what you could do, Joe. That is not enough there. You're going to have to throw deeper than that. Get a few yards, though. No huddle now. 10-second runoff. His score is just not close enough. I don't think we can even possibly come back. Philip Lindsay gets a few. Joe Flacco's almost at 300 yards also. So really, it's just, they are just a very powerful team is what I'm figuring out. And Noah Fant fumbles up the ball. That will end this game. And the Chargers will be going to the Super Bowl. While I'm surprised with the season, I am not too surprised because this team still has great star power with us. Von Miller, Chris Harris, of course, leading the defense. Joe Flacco might be old, but his throw stats are still there. He's still elite. Not elite, maybe, but he's still a good quarterback in this league. As you can see with even this game, almost 300 yards on the game. But we just can't make a win. I feel like the next year's upcoming will be harder, however, because we will be losing players and regression will be hitting this team very hard in the near future. But Melvin Gordon had 200 yards. So that right there might be why we lost. No Fant, Emmanuel Sanders both had great yardage. Cortland Sutton, 4 receptions for 40. Deshaun Hamilton had 3 receptions for 50. So all the receivers really got involved. We just couldn't make it happen. Josie Jewell led the team in tackles. And Joey Bosa had 4 sacks. Oh my. What about interception? No one had interceptions, rather. There was like no turnovers, really. We just lost. Like, that's just, our team was better. That is all we could say about this. Let's look at time of possession. They won in that. And they won in the yardage game, first downs, pretty much every important stat. That is where they won. But the most important is the score, and they will be winning and going to the Super Bowl. And we'll be going into the off season next time, advancing past the Pro Bowl to the Super Bowl and see who takes that. And then we'll have to re-sign our players and make all those decisions. All the practice squad players did get signed. But we did make good progress this year. The team's overall is up 77. It started as a 73. That was good. Good progress. Good progression through all of the stats. I mean, Drew Lock even went up a few overalls. And he should be ready. Maybe one more year from Joe. We'll see. We'll see what we need to do. Or we can maybe throw Drew in there. We'll see. It might be better just to throw him in there and see what happens. Since Joe Flacco is projected to make $20 million next year, and he's only the 32nd ranked quarterback. And I would like to announce the awards this year. For AFC, Tom Brady won the Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year goes to none other than Von Miller with